What if the person you're sacrificing everything for starts pushing you away? When your loved one with dementia seems to resent you, it can feel like the deepest betrayal. You're giving everything and they're snapping, accusing, or pulling away. But you're not alone. Many caregivers wrestle with this painful truth. One day they may smile at you with gratitude. The next day they lash out. It's disorienting and heartbreaking. Hi, I'm 𝗟𝗲𝗀𝗃𝗀𝗃. My wife Sonia was diagnosed with Alzheimer's in January 2020 at the age of 65. I've seen too many caregivers suffer physically, emotionally, and mentally, oftentimes more than the loved ones they care for. I was determined not to let this disease take me down, and I found a way to cope. Now I help other caregivers do the same. Dementia doesn't just steal memories, it changes mood, perception, and personality. It affects the parts of the brain responsible for empathy, logic, and self-control. That means your loved one may say or do things that don't reflect who they used to be. But even aside from brain changes, imagine what it's like for them. Losing independence, forgetting familiar things, having others make decisions for you. It's terrifying. And that fear often shows up as resentment, not because they don't love you, but because they're grieving who they used to be. Resentment often comes from a deep place of pain, fear, and loss, not from something you did. Still, it hurts. When someone you love lashes out, your instinct might be to explain yourself, reason with them, or defend your actions. But dementia doesn't play by those rules. If your loved one accuses you of taking over or treating them like a child, explaining usually won't help. They may not be able to understand your logic in the moment. Instead, try validating their emotion without correcting the facts. Say, "It sounds like this is really frustrating. I know it's hard to need help with things you used to do on your own. I'm sorry this is so difficult. I'm with you." Validation often diffuses tension more effectively than any explanation. One of the most damaging things caregivers do is take resentment personally. You may think, "I must be doing this wrong. She probably hates me now. I'm a terrible daughter, son, spouse." Stop. You're doing your best in an impossible situation. This disease can twist love into confusion. It can make kindness feel like control. So instead of internalizing the hurt, try externalizing it. That's the disease talking. That's not really her. When Sonia lashes out, and thankfully it's rare, I remind myself, that's not the woman I married. That's Alzheimer's stealing her words and twisting her emotions. Holding on to that truth grounds me in love, not guilt. Being a caregiver doesn't mean being a punching bag. You have a right to protect yourself emotionally. If your loved one says something cruel, it's okay to step away. Say, "I'm going to take a few minutes and then I'll come back. I know you're upset, but I'm not going to stay here and be spoken to like that." You're not abandoning them. You're resetting your emotional reserves so you can come back with calm, not resentment. This is a heavy load and no one should carry it alone. Find a support group. Talk to a therapist. Journal your feelings without censoring yourself. Call a friend who gets it. You need a place where your feelings are heard, where your exhaustion isn't minimized, and where your story matters. Because this isn't just about dementia, it's about the emotional toll of loving someone through it. When you're deep in the trenches of caregiving, it's easy to forget the life you once shared, the laughter, the routines, the private jokes, the quiet mornings. Those moments still matter. They're part of the bond that still exists, even if it looks different now. Revisit old photos, watch home videos, write letters to the version of your loved one who once was. It's okay to grieve who they used to be while still loving who they are now. You're not just a caregiver. You're a husband, wife, child, sibling, or friend. That identity still matters. If your loved one resents you, here's what I want you to remember. You're showing up every day in a situation that would break most people. You're giving love even when it feels thankless. You're standing tall when the emotional ground beneath you keeps shifting. That's not weakness, that's strength. That's not failure, that's grace. Yes, resentment hurts, especially from someone you've built your life with. But dementia warps how your loved one sees the world. What feels like resentment is often just sadness, helplessness, or fear in disguise. When you meet it with compassion, not perfection, you give both of you a little more peace. Comment below. Have you ever felt resented by the person you care for? How did you handle it? If you're feeling overwhelmed, exhausted, or like you're losing yourself in caregiving, you're not alone. That's exactly why I created Caregiver Mastery, a step-by-step roadmap designed to help you manage stress, anger, and burnout so you can care for your loved one without sacrificing yourself in the process. Inside, you'll learn how to say yes to yourself without guilt, reduce overwhelm, and find peace even during the hardest moments. I call this place Heaven Island, a mindset of calm and clarity where you can care for your loved one without losing yourself. And just so you know, this isn't some giant time-consuming program. I didn't create it to add more to your plate. I created it to lift the weight off your shoulders. The lessons are short and practical. And if you apply what I teach in just minutes a day, I guarantee you'll start to feel a real difference in 2 or 3 weeks. Click the link below or visit caregivermasterycourse.com to get started today. If this video helped you, please like, share, and subscribe. I post caregiver support videos every Monday and Thursday. And if this message resonated with you, share it using the hashtag #CaregiverMastery so other caregivers can find the support they need too. You're not alone in this. Let's do this together.